Hey, what's up everyone? In this video I'm going to show you how to install Raydot or Raydyot style mirrors on your 67 or 68 Mustang. I put two mirrors, one on the driver's side and one on the passenger side. This instruction is going to focus on the passenger side since I already installed it on the driver's side. Um, Let me know what you all think. Here we go. Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how to put Raydyot or Raydot style racing mirrors on your Mustang, in particular on your 67 or 68. Mine is 67, so if you're going to put it on a 64.5 to 66, I'm not sure how. I guess the application process is very similar. You just have to take your own measurements, or on 69 through 70. Uh, First of all, I ordered from mossmiata the 1999 to 2005 mirrors. Actually, not necessarily the mirror, but the installation kit that they provide has this bracket where the holes are centered. They offer two different style installation kits, and the other kit actually has these holes offset to one side. But in this case, I ordered the 99 through 2005 kit. I'm not necessarily using everything that they provide with it because this is not a Miata, it's a Mustang. I also bought some hardware from Ace Hardware and some spacers or some rubber washers. And then I bought an installation kit from National Parts Depot and this rivet nut installation tool that they sell. I also went to, I think it was Lowe's or Home Depot, and I bought some rubber gasket material to make a gasket. You pretty much just trace it and then cut out the shape and the holes. I've already cut out one of them, and that was for my driver's side. In this video, I'm going to show you how to install it on the passenger side. So let's see how it turns out. Okay, so the first step is to go ahead and trace the bracket that comes in the installation kit on your rubber gasket. By the way, this is a 1/16 of an inch thick rubber gasket. So, and then I'm going to go ahead and take my razor blade and go ahead and just cut it. It's not going to be perfect, it's fine. And I know that I was trying to find this in black, but I couldn't find it. If anybody knows where you can find it, a 1/16 of an inch black, please let me know. It was just late at night when I went to Lowe's and Home Depot trying to search for the different hardware. But this one worked really well on my driver's side. I'll just probably have to take a Sharpie or you know, plastic dip it or something. Or if anybody finds a black rubber gasket, please let me know. Moving on to the mirror, the components that I'm using, and one of the reasons that I ordered the installation kit from mossmiata is because they provide this beveled washer, which gives you a better angle when actually using the mirror versus it just being flat. So this bevel washer I thought was a plus, because you can actually order this mirror on its own from different vendors, but I went ahead and ordered it from mossmiata. And they provided this bracket, a rubber washer there, and then the metal washer there, and then a nylon nut. And you're gonna just tighten these up and then install it. But I'll show you the next steps. By the way, this is the mirror, not with the flat mirror, but with the convex mirror, just in case anybody was wondering. All right, so on the driver's side, I took some measurements so I know where I'm going to drill the holes on the passenger side. I'm actually measuring from that corner edge right there. That way I don't have to deal with the curvature of the door. And I took a pencil and drew some straight lines perpendicular to the holes. So this first hole, which was on the OEM mirror, is about 11 5/8. This one is about 12 14/16. And the actual hole that I drilled, or the only hole that I drilled on the driver's side, is this hole right here, which is around 14.5 inches. And of course there's this other hole, but you know, that hole we won't use because that's for the OEM mirrors. Also, because this hole was already here, I went ahead and I installed the mirror just using this hole, and I checked when I opened the vent window here, and the window does rub actually on the mirror, but just very slightly, and I don't have a big issue with it, just because I didn't want to drill another hole here. But on the passenger side, I'll probably move it just so it can clear the vent window. But like I said, you know, like it was a very slight rubbing of the mirror. You can actually move it out of the way before you open that window, and then adjust your mirror again. The other dimension that I wanted to make sure to let you know, as I took some calipers and I measured from the edge right here to the center of the hole, and that's about 3/4 of an inch. So on the passenger side, that's where I will be drilling my holes. But I will definitely use this first hole that I drill as a template, or I'll place my mounting bracket and then verify where I'm going to drill that second hole and this middle hole as well. So drill the first, measure and drill the first hole, and then use your bracket that you're going to install the mirror with, and then use a center punch and mark these two holes, and then go ahead and drill them. Because if you try using just measuring and drilling all three holes, you may be off a little. So just go ahead and drill that first hole on the passenger side, and then use your bracket in order to verify the location of the other two holes. All right, so it's time to go ahead and take the measurements, and then take a center punch and mark where I'm going to drill the hole. As you guys can see, I already kind of pre-measured it, but for the video's sake, I'm just going to do this real quick. So I'm going to go ahead and switch the video to time-lapse. All right, so I went ahead and measured it, and I drilled my pilot hole. The next hole that I will be drilling will be for the rivet nuts that come in the National Parts Depot kit. These are about 1/4 of an inch in diameter, so I have a 1/4 of an inch drill. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. That's what worked for me on the driver's side door, so I'm gonna go ahead and do it with a 1/4 inch drill bit. All right, so I went ahead and I tapped the rivet nut in there, and it's not spinning, which is good. The next thing is to go ahead and grab the installation kit that you ordered from National Parts Depot, or that I ordered from National Parts Depot. And following their installation instructions, you have a regular washer right here, and then the star washer, and then you have the nut, another star washer, and a regular washer next. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch it to time lapse. It takes a little bit in order to get this in order to get the rivet nut to compress all the way. All right, so I went ahead and put my rivet nut in there, and I'm gonna take my bracket, and I already marked where that second hole is for the nut. Since this is gonna be an oversized hole, I'm just gonna use a pencil and kind of just estimate where it's gonna be, and just go ahead and take my drill and drill it. If it's a little off, it's fine. I'll just use a bigger drill bit. It's not a big deal, so I'll go ahead and do that. Okay, so I went ahead and I drilled this hole to 1/2 inch to make sure that the nylock nut on the bottom clears once the bracket, or once the whole system is sitting here flush. And now, instead of measuring, I'm just gonna go ahead and align, make sure that the bracket is aligned with the hole right here and this one right here, and then just mark where I'm gonna drill my second hole or my third hole right there. And I'll go ahead and drill the hole and install the rivet nut. All right, now with both rivet nuts installed, you're gonna go ahead and assemble your mirror. Right here I've already assembled it. First is the beveled washer, then is the bracket. Make sure that the shiny part is up, or the part that has the film on it that you have to peel off. That's the side that should go up. And then put your rubber grommet that you made, the rubber washer, the metal washer, and then the 9-lock nut. And then grab your button heads. The other thing that I did, or that I purchased in order to fill the gap, since this bracket actually is going to sit on these edges right here, and there'll be a little bit of a gap, I bought some rubber washers that I'm going to put on here. About 3 rubber washers for each side. So these rubber washers are temporary. I'm considering making an actual rubber gasket that will fit the curvature of the door. So if anybody else is interested in that rubber washer, please let me know, depending on how many people comment below and say that they would be interested in that rubber gasket. I'll go ahead and pull a mold out of this area right here and make a rubber gasket for the installation. Either way, I think I'm going to go ahead and do it just because I'm able to do it. And please let me know below if anybody is interested. So, just put these down snug. And I might add another rubber washer and buy some longer button heads, but for now this is okay. There you go. And once I'm on the driver's side, I'll go ahead and adjust the mirror. But for now, it clears. It may scrape depending on where I adjust the mirror, but I could have moved this down this way a little bit more, but I really didn't want to. How often does the vent window get opened? If my passenger wants to open the vent window, I'll just make sure to let them know to turn the mirror a little bit and then readjust it. But it's not a big problem. I think these mirrors look really cool on older Mustangs. And any advice that I can give you guys or girls is when you're drilling these holes, make sure that you don't drill the holes larger than the rivet nuts, because then you're going to have a hard time getting those rivet nuts to compress. So hopefully this video helps everybody out there. Comment below, let me know what you think. One thing that I forgot to mention is that I actually had to buy these button head 1024s because the bolts that the kit comes with are the wrong size for the rivet nuts that I ordered from National Parts Depot. Thanks for watching. Please like, and if you have any questions or comments, please let me know.